First beer of the day.
All right. Well, guys, welcome to a little kind of out and about live stream. This is quite a random one. So I'm here in Osaka in Japan once again, 6th or 7th time now, and I'm joined by Jordan, who does the channel Inside Outsider in Japan. Did I get it right?
You got it.
I got it.
You got it.
Cool.
Yes.
So Jordan is originally from Vancouver in British Columbia in Western Canada. You've been in Japan 20
years.
20 years now. And we're getting our venison jerky now, which is kind of cool. Yeah, arigato gozaimasu. We're here at Baird Beer base Kansai. Baird Beer, of course, one of the kind of premier names we could say when it comes to Japanese craft beer. These guys are based in Numazu in Shizuoka Prefecture, very close to Mount Fuji.
That's right.
Yeah. South of Tokyo. The people behind this company, Brian Baird, who, if I remember correctly, was an engineer by trade, came over to Japan on a scholarship.
Something like that, yeah.
Married a woman, Sayuri, stayed here, built up Baird Beer, who are, of course, probably the most recognizable Japanese craft beer brand for a number of people. So, Jordan has a little bit of a story when it comes to this brewery. So,
for me, this is the brewery that really got me interested in beer on sort of fanatic level. When I first came to Japan, I actually wasn't really much of a beer drinker. I drank a lot of herbal tea, to be honest. But so our local brew pub was Numazu Fish Market Tap Room, which was run by Brian. And I think I can remember having a coffee stout or something like that there. And basically, Brian opened my eyes to the world of craft beer. And so from then on, I've increasingly got more and more interested in beer. But so really, it all comes back to these guys. That's why I'm interested in beer now.
Yeah, no, I think Baird Beer, obviously one of the kind of staples of the Osaka beer scene is liquor shop Asahiya, Koji-san. He's one of the ones who's really brought a lot of craft beer from across Japan to people in Osaka. So his shop is definitely worth checking out. When I come to Japan, it tends to be that most of the stuff I buy comes from him. I think the first Baird Beer I'd tried, I forget exactly which one it was now, but I've had a number of Baird beers that have been bought from his shop up in Taishibashi Maichi. But I do want to get up to. I've never been to Mount Fuji and the Shizuoka region, so that's something I do.
It's a beautiful area. The Izu Peninsula is really nice.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a fair bit of Japan. I've been up to Hokkaido, down to Okinawa. I've been all around Kyushu. Been to Kyoto, Nara, all these places around Kansai. I need to explore Tohoku, the northern part of Hokkaido, and the Mount Fuji region would be pretty cool as well. So I
just wanted to mention that. For me, Baird Brewing starts from Numazu because the original place where Brian started his brew pub was Numazu Fish Market Tap Room. But I think their flagship brew pub right now is in Shuzenji. Shuzenji in central, it's in Numazu. It's the eastern side of Numazu, central Izu Peninsula. And Shuzenji is just I'm looking for the name right now. Yeah, it's Baird Brewing's main place right now. It's in Shuzenji. So if anyone's in the area, I definitely think you should check out Shuzenji. It's a beautiful place. There's a beautiful bamboo forests and some really cool temples and shrines in the area. Gorgeous coastline down there. So definitely it's a great place, and definitely check out Baird Brewing's headquarters will be down there. Yeah,
somewhere I do need to go and check out. I mean, I did have the idea of doing like a kind of out and about video for this one. But one of the things I quite like to do when I meet other YouTubers, for me, doing something like you live in Ise. Obviously one of the really well-known breweries in Japan is Ise Kadoya. They do some really, really nice beers. Neko Nihike, one of the best New England IPAs you'll get here. So I did think of doing an out and about video for this one, but this is not Baird Beer's home bar, their home place. This is kind of like an outpost sort of thing. And obviously with Jordan, when we do an out and about video, I want it to be your home brewery.
Let's do it.
So we're going to probably one of the next times I'm going to come to Japan, we'll go up because Isa's been on my list for a while.
Fantastic. Let's do it.
So we'll go up there. We'll do the video at Isa Academy.
Yeah, let's check. If you don't mind, check out Ise Shrine, the original pilgrimage site of the Shinto religion in Japan.
Yeah.
Ise Shrine, the old Okage Yokocho hospitality district, a really fun place.
Yeah.
And when we're there, definitely Ise Kariya's original brew pub.
Yeah, I'm definitely keen to do that.
Let's
for
do it.
sure. We've got a couple of people saying hello on the stream as well. So we've got Johnny Gartland. Yeah, he's quite an avid follower. And saying, "All right, James, just woke up for work. Konnichiwa. Hope everything's going well over there." It is nice to have you along, Johnny. We've got Jula Isaiah. Konnichiwa, Mina. Greetings from Belgium. This dude, he cracks me up. He watches every video and comments on every one.
Fantastic.
He's like so loyal. It's great. I need to get a beer with him. Jula, I forget, where in Belgium are you from? Because you and I do need to get a beer. I need to go and do some videos at the Belgian Trappist breweries. So yeah, that's something we do need to sort out at some stage. So let me know. And we've got David Brothers saying, "Evening, gents." So yeah, nice. Evening, David. Where are you watching from? Actually, I don't remember. And if you've maybe changed your name, I get quite a few Davids on the channel. Where are you watching from? Tell us where you're watching from. So, guys, just to let you see, this is the sim. Oh, I forget. This is my camera here. Because Jordan's got his phone going over here. So yeah, this is the Baird Beer symbol, and this obviously is the business card for the base station Kansai. And we've got a few things here. So they've got their December seasonal beer, single take session ale, which is kind of cool. But we've got a number of beers here. We're going to maybe try. We said at least 3.
I'm thinking 3. I can do 3.
Yeah, because there's a few things here. They've got a bottle of Scotch ale, which I must insist we try.
I think we have.
Whenever I see Scotch, I need to check if I've reviewed this one. I think I have, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't think I've had it.
Yeah. But Scotch ale, whenever there's a rule on my channel, whenever there's a Scotch ale,
you have to try it. All right,
exactly.
Fair enough.
Guys, these are the beers that they have today. I don't know how well that's going to show up on the channel or on the camera, but some of the really classic ones. I mean, we've got the single take session, Shizenji Heritage, which is a Hellas. I've never seen this before. Rising Sun Pale Ale, Red Rose Amber. I've seen this before. Teikoku IPA is one of their well-known ones. Wheat King Wit, I've seen this before. Numazu Lager, we'll come back to that in a minute. Wabi Sabi Japan Ale, Japan Pale. I think that's one I've not tried before. Angry Boy Brown Ale, I don't think I've seen that. Suruga Bay, I have reviewed on the channel. Korofuni Porter, I know, but I can't remember if I've tried. I have tried it, but I don't know if I've reviewed it. And then Shimaguni Stout, this one here. So little quick look at these for you.
A lot of the names play into aspects of Japanese identity. Interesting. Specifically, Shimaguni means island country. It literally means an isolated nation, an island nation.
Yeah, because I mean, quite a few of them are named after local areas as well. Suruga Bay.
Yeah, that's right. Suruga Bay and
what was the other one? Shuzenji.
Shuzenji, where the headquarters are.
Shimaguni.
Shimaguni means the island nation, basically.
Kurofune, that's Black Boat, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, Kurofune is interesting. Kurofune is an old story when wait a second, which one was it? That would have been Perry's ships, I guess. There's a few times in Japanese history when outsiders will come in and try to enforce their will on the Japanese state, and the black ships. I believe the black ships were Admiral Perry's ships.
Oh, okay.
Coming into I'm probably going to get called out for making a big history mistake online, but I think so. And Admiral Perry came in and basically forced Japan open to the world after the long.
Because he did the same to China. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Admiral Perry ship. That's in that's the start of the kind of
when Japan opened up.
Yeah, exactly. Sort of around the Meiji Restoration.
Yes, exactly. So,
1870-ish.
So it's an image of Japan being forced to open up by outside forces. You will trade with us.
Well, I mean, this is the big thing. Obviously, China didn't modernize successfully. Japan did. That's
yes, that was Meiji, right?
We should actually get on to the first beer if we're going to do a few. So Jordan and I went for different beers. You went for Numazu Lager.
Yes, for my own sort of nostalgic reasons.
Yeah. So your one is a 5.5%. We can probably take a taste of each other's as well at some point.
We can do it.
We can do it. And then I've gone for the Shuzenji Heritage Helles because I just didn't recognise this one. I have seen Numazu Lager, but yeah. So you can see mine is distinctly more kind of yellowish than Jordan's is. Yours is definitely more amber for sure. But yeah, both around the same kind of size. Nice kind of clear, unfiltered, or clear filtered, I should say. Brain isn't working. But yeah, aroma-wise for mine, nice little bit of brown bread. Yeah. Yeah. This one, I have to say, you guys watching the channel will know I've been really into my lagers again recently. But yeah, we've got this one. It smells very authentically German. You know, you've got that white bread in there, you've got a bit of the biscuit, but it's got the smoothness you want of a Helles. You've got the lovely kind of Hallertau hops in here, maybe Tettnang, I'm not 100% sure. You've got that smooth earthiness, the little bit of herbal character, but the bright grassy and floral note. And of course, on the fruity side of things, it's a little bit of a kind of peary, you know, sort of peary sultana type ester, I think.
I'm getting more herbal from this. What do you think?
Oh, yours is more Czech.
Okay.
This one smells more like a sort of Budvar type lager.
This has got more going on aroma-wise for me.
Yeah, see, this one to me has a little bit more. This one's a little bit more kind of grainy and brown bready. So the Numazu Lager for me is a little bit more like a sort of Czech Budvar type aroma. So a bit more
German, Czech.
I think so.
Well,
Helles is a
Helles. Okay, right.
Of course, I think this is more like a Letzak, like a Czech type lager, Czech sort of amberish lager.
Okay.
This one's a bit more brown bready, grainy for me, a little touch woody.
Woody. Yeah, definitely has a woody smell to it. Yeah.
And the hops are a bit more smooth in this one. It's a bit more grassy, not as much floral character, and a wee bit, as you say, a little bit more herbal and earthy. Not as fruity either. I
don't get much fruity.
Even if you sugar it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got a little bit of pear and sultana. Yeah. I think. Anything else you want to say about the aromas, or should we dive in?
I'm good. I think we need to start drinking.
All right. Kanpai.
Bye.
That's a nice Helles, actually. I don't know. I mean, obviously, you've drank most of your craft beer in Japan, haven't you?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
I mean, one of the things for me that I've always found with Japanese craft beer, it strikes me as the Japanese like their beers to be light and drinkable. It doesn't matter what style it is.
Okay. Yep.
So, I mean, quite often I find that Japanese beer, the flavour profile is true to style, but the overall feel of the beer is just lighter, you know?
That makes sense. I do think that drinkability is really important in Japan. I think in general, Japanese people consider beer as accompanying food. Personally, I like to have beer just for itself, but I think most people in Japan like to think of beer as something you eat with food, you drink with food while you're eating. So I do think that's quite important for most people.
Yeah. So what do you think of your Numazu Lager? You've had this before.
I haven't.
You haven't?
Amazingly, I know. So where I live in Mie Prefecture, we actually can't get Baird Brewing.
Okay.
In the city Yokkaichi, the biggest city in Numazu, there's actually a department store that carries it. And I have a few times picked up a bottle, but I haven't had the Numazu Lager yet, which is strange considering Numazu is my original craft beer place. But it is my first time drinking it. I like it. Yeah, it definitely has a little more, for me, complex aroma stuff going on than most lagers I've had. I mean, does that have a crisp finish? Yes. You want to try a little?
I'm thinking.
I drank on this side.
Oh, it's good. I don't mind. They're a bit more cautious about COVID in Japan than they are in Sweden. Obviously, this is the thing. But it's just quite interesting. I think we'll swap in a little minute, and you can try this one as well. Because I definitely got the vibe that this beer was more Czech, so I'm curious to see what the taste is like. So I'm eyeing it up like, But for me, this Helles, it's a very wet Helles for me. You've got a little bit of that kind of fresh, white bready bread crust in there. There's a little touch of wholemeal brown bread, white bread as well. But it's very, very smooth. As I say, a little bit more oily and clean. And obviously, when you're in the Mount Fuji region, your water quality is going to be very
True.
good.
Yes.
Absolutely,
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
You have nice kind of, I don't know if you would say it'd probably be hard water up there because of how pure and things it is. But yeah, more minerals and stuff for sure.
Quite different from the local Osaka profile. No offense intended.
Well, actually, we went for a quick beer at Dotonbori Beer.
Oh, yeah.
You guys will see an out and about video from there at some point soon. And they don't treat their water there, so it is actually the local city water.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
So that's I forgot to mention that to you when you were drinking it.
Yeah.
So that's one thing, you can keep an eye out for that. But absolutely, this beer for me feels nice and clean. It's got a little bit of an oily character to it as well, but this beer has that typical German smoothness that you want. On the hoppy side of things, the green component for me gives you what you want. Smooth earthiness, a little bit herbal, nice bright floral notes, bit of grassiness in there. It goes together, really pretty nicely, I have to say. The fruity side of things, a bit of sultana, a little bit of gooseberry, a little bit of pear. Everything you'd expect from a Helles, I would say. I quite like this one.
For me, I definitely like it. The woody flavor is really, for me, kind of dominating. I'm really getting a strong woody flavor the more I drink.
Yeah.
But definitely it's got a crisp finish. Woody with crisp finish. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, that's good. I think we should. Should we swap?
I think we should.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, so when
you're going,
this is the side I didn't drink from.
Okay, I don't.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't mind. It's all good.
All right.
It's all good. So I'm on Numazu Lager now. Again, this is 5 point. That's 5. So that one's not quite as strong. This is 5.5.
5.5. This is 5. This is the Helles Lager.
So take a sip, see what you think.
Yeah. All right. This is more what I consider a typical lager. I guess maybe I'm more used to German lagers.
Well, you can even see this on the color with this one. That one, this is obviously that's more German. This is definitely a bit more kind of Czech. This really does, even on the taste.
There's more flavor.
It reminds me of Budvar. This one's more malty.
So Budvar.
Czech Budvar, yeah.
I haven't had it. Maybe
I don't know how common it is in Japan, but as I said, in Bishop's Arms, it's our...
I don't think it's very common here.
Yeah. Okay.
Budvar, okay.
But this is definitely like a sort of Czech Letzak style lager. That's a Munich Helles. That's a sort of Munich Helles for me. You do have the Dortmunder Helles, of course, as well, which is a more hoppy version. But this is more like a sort of Budvar type lager. It's actually quite nice that we've got two different ones.
Yeah, it is. They're different. I mean, sure. I guess if I was expecting to drink a lager, this is more along the lines of what I'd be wanting to drink. This is kind of a new experience for me. I may not have really had many Czech lagers up to this point, so this is kind of new for me. This tastes familiar.
Yeah. No, this is quite interesting, actually.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
But this is, for me, this one, the Numazu Lager, this is definitely more like a sort. It really does remind me of Czech Budvar.
Okay.
Because it's got that lovely smoothness. I mean,
very smooth.
Backbone of the beer, as I say, a bit more of a kind of brown bready bread crust, a bit of woodiness. On top of that, wholemeal brown bread. You definitely have a wee bit more brown sugar to this one. It's got a bit of that oily. You do have a little bit more of a kind of oily, just slightly, I wouldn't call it toasty caramelly character, but again, it's just nice how it goes, how it pieces together in that sense. So a little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of Werther's Original, butter candy, butterscotchy sort of thing. You do get Werther's Original in Japan. I've seen that.
We can get it. Yep, that's right.
Yeah. It's got a lovely smoothness to it. This beer, it really is like a Czech, like a mass-produced Czech sort of Letzak lager. This one, the Letzaks, of course, remember Svetli is the more blonde one. Letzak is the more kind of ambery type lager for sure. It's actually, the light in here is a little bit kind of dim actually, so I don't know how well you guys are seeing the colours, but that's the only thing. But still,
from this angle,
you can see the the amber.
It's definitely more
Oh,
amber.
it's lighting up now. I think now that we're focusing on it. Yeah. So yeah, you can see this beer is more of an amber lager. This one's more of a kind of gold lager.
Hey, if you only had one, if you only could drink one beer, which would you go for?
I actually like the Hellas a bit better.
I might too.
Yeah.
I feel like if I drank a few of these, it might be one of these flavors that I'd gradually like more and more. At this point, I probably like this better too.
Yeah. I mean, the Hellas for me, as I say, the reason this caught my eye was because I didn't recognize the name of it.
Okay.
The Numazu Lager, I have seen this on their website before. This beer's been around for a few
I think it
years.
has, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it was just, Hellas, as I say, I've been getting really in. A lot of European breweries now are brewing lagers. And it's brewing a lager is a technically more difficult thing to do.
I've heard this. I heard this.
Yeah.
So, well, that's the thing. Like, a few years back, it was all about ales, IPAs and everything. But what I've heard and read is that it's a lot harder to brew a good lager. That
It's all about you have to control the fermentation of these very closely. But I mean, for me, out of the two beers, they're both good. But I think the Hellas is a bit more true to the style, if you like.
Yeah, sure.
And I don't know, but I mean, when I rate lagers, for me, it's all about how true they are to the style.
Okay.
I think that's
Okay.
For me, that's fair. But I mean, both, as I say, both are really nice beers. This really is like Czech Budvar. This is a little bit more like, it's not quite as dry as Albustiner Hellas, but it's kind of a bit more of an oily. This is more like an oily Munich Hellas. This one, it's not as hot. It's not hoppy enough to be a Dortmund Hellas. It's more of a Munich Hellas. This. But both of them are very nice lagers, actually. And what you want from a lager is drinkability. I think this was a nice place to start, actually.
Yeah. Good, definitely.
Yeah. I think, can we do another wee swap?
Sure.
I'm just curious just to switch between them. Because I never really talked about the fruity and sort of hoppy side. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having a problem identifying what's going on there hop-wise. Okay.
I mean, if you taste this one, this is the German hops. At least what I find, the German noble hops are a bit smoother but brighter. Whereas with this one, what you'll notice with this on the front corners of your palate, it's a bit more spicy. And I suspect that is maybe Czech Sats hop in this.
Sats, okay.
Yeah, Czech Sats, Jatets, like the
which we've already
had,
done today. Yes.
We did what was that? Yebisu.
That was Yebisu, the Sats.
Yeah.
New Sats.
So we got a little Kombini store beer on the way here, and it was Czech. It was Yebisu, which is Sapporo's Premium. Well, you've still got the can.
Yeah, I still have the can. Let's just do this properly and pull this out.
Yeah.
I crushed it. Sorry, I was trying to make.
I think my one wasn't.
No, I crushed both of them. Sorry.
Fine.
My bad. This is what
we tried that earlier.
Can you see? It's hard to read. Hop Terrier.
Yeah. And it's Jatet, so Czech Sats hops. This one, you see how this one's a bit more spicy. The green component's a bit more spicy.
Yeah, true.
That I think is, for me, that's one of the definitions of the benchmarks of the Czech side of things. The hops are a bit more spicy on the green component. So yeah, this beer's a bit more malty, but at the same time, it's got a bit more spiciness in the hoppy side of things.
Malty and spicy and bright.
It's but smooth.
This is bright but smooth.
Yeah, exactly. But that's nice.
Want to go back again?
Yeah,
your original beer.
We'll do this. Yeah, we'll finish off on the original.
Yeah.
I think we should go for Suruga Bay.
Let's do it. An IPA, Imperial IPA. You know what's interesting though? This is an Imperial IPA, and they also have Teikoku IPA. What's funny about that is Teikoku means Imperial in Japanese. Yeah.
Also, this means like as an Imperial, as in like the Empire.
Imperial as in the Empire of Japan. So I think the reference or the inference is this is a Japanese style Imperial IPA. So I don't know. What do you think? We're going for the Teikoku IPA, which is 6.5.
How about we get a small of each?
Sure, let's do it.
Because I'm thinking a small of each of these, the Scotch ale, and then something dark to round off.
Okay, you twisted my arm. Imperial and the Teikoku, are they one of each?
Okay, so I'll try. I'm gonna. So guys, you might get to see me order in Japanese here. I very rarely speak Japanese on the channel.
Shall I bring my camera around? Do you want to?
Quite.
How we can do this?
She's right there.
Oh, I see. Thank you. Are you gonna try to order? All right. We're gonna check out James's Japanese now. Just this is it. はいはいはい。インペリオってインペリオと帝国同じ意味ですね。
No, so we get a small one of each for both of us.
インペリオの方が。
両方イギリスタイプので大英帝国。
もう一回ごめん。
僕はインペリアが
はいはいですけど。
大英帝国。
Okay. So, yeah, we ordered 2 Imperial IPAs. One is Imperial.
2 small ones of each.
Did you say small?
Yeah, I said 2. I wanted like a small one of each for both of us.
I think that's what we're getting. Oh, so you want 2 small of each?
Yeah.
すいません。
Yeah.
この人たくさん飲みたいみたいだから。
We're confusing the poor women.
僕にちょっとやばいだけど、まあ、2つずつにします。はい。今日はこの人先輩になっていますから、ちょっと断りにくい。
I feel bad. We're confusing the poor women.
No,
this is what happens when crazy gaijins come into places.
Yes.
And we'll flick through the comments because we've had quite a few actually.
Oh yeah.
So I think we go back to David's one here. He's also from Portland in Oregon.
まずが
帝国。
すごい。
Japanese style Imperial IPA, eh?
Awesome.
Hey, do you want to have a little deer jerky first?
Why not? Yeah.
Deer jerky.
So
all right?
deer jerky.
Venison jerky. That's really hard.
So deer is very sweet. It's nice though. Look at this, guys. This is pretty good.
Actually, 2 of the main places in Japan where people eat deer are Izu Peninsula, where Numazu is, and where I live, Mie Prefecture. I've actually eaten deer on numerous occasions. A campsite my family often goes to. The people who run the campsite are hunters.
Okay.
And I actually help haul the deer out of the woods. I go hunting with the guy.
Okay.
I've never shot a gun myself, but I've been involved with the full process.
So I think what we should do before we get started on these IPAs, I think we need to finish these lagers. Yeah. So we'll flick through the comments quickly.
I'm going to get really drunk. This is a lot of beer for me.
Being is your friend that lets you know you're still alive.
Yeah.
So
I don't have to drive later, so good.
So in Wallonia, Eula's from Wallonia, Wallonie in French. I forget. Shula, you're a French. Do I remember correctly that you'll be a French speaker then, won't you? Wallonia. You're French speaking Belgium. Finally get it. It's the morning for him. Yeah. But this is popped in between. I'm drinking a Great Nation Ledge beer. Oh, cool. Okay.
I know them. Yeah.
Oh, Great Notion, right?
Great Notion. I know Great Notion. Yeah, it's one of the brands I know.
Yeah. Eula's saying, I'm looking forward to February. I will go to Japan myself.
Hokkaido. Nice.
Jula, before you sort stuff, message me on Instagram because that's easier to communicate with you directly. I know people across Japan. We can help you meet people and do things. So before you sort that out, message me and we'll get.
You got friends in Hokkaido?
Not in Hokkaido, but quite a few of my friends. I've got friends in Tokyo from Hokkaido.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
You can get some good advice.
Yeah,
then.
so we can get some things. So Jula, message me if you get the chance. Kampai, we've got Lars Production of France. Yep. I need to tell you that story a little bit later about
All right,
France.
cool.
Bienvenue Lars. We have FLX Beer Reviews. Oh, this is quite a new channel. I do need to check out his stuff actually. Enjoying some other half double IPA right now. Awesome.
Oh.
And Jula's saying cheers to you. Thanks. Cheers. Itadakimasu.
Oh, hey, nice. Yes.
Yeah. And
Itadakimasu.
I'm a French. Oh yeah, he's saying yes. He is a French speaker. Yeah, exactly.
Je peux parler un peu, mais je parle mal.
Mon français c'est merde. Mon français c'est le.
I know. Moi aussi.
Mon français c'est la merde.
I know.
I would love to learn French a bit more.
Je suis du Canada parce que j'étudie français, mais wow. I forgot.
You guys have to learn that in school and stuff, don't you?
Yeah, the part of my brain that had remembered French is completely filled with Japanese now.
Oh yeah.
Does that make sense?
I've been surprised how much Japanese I've remembered since I've been here this time. It's been like quite a few years.
So I was forced to learn French for most of my education, and I have a lot of French in my mind, in my brain somewhere, but I haven't had a chance to speak it in years.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, this is nice actually.
Yeah, look it.
Like, I've not had venison in a long time, but this is pretty good. A little bit peppery as well, which I think is good.
I quite like it.
Yeah. This was nice. It's very quiet and chilled, isn't it?
It's very quiet. Mind you, it is a Thursday afternoon.
I suppose, yeah. So, guys, in Japan right now, in Osaka, it's 3:20. So we came here like pretty much just after opening.
Yeah. This place opens at 2, I believe.
We thought it was 1.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
we had to kill some time and get some convenience store beer on the way.
And we visited Keller.
Yes.
And we'll split this in half. Last bit.
Sure. Great.
And then we'll go on to these IPAs. Jordan's just
Messing with my camera, sorry.
messing around with his camera. I think he's broken it.
I've broken it, yes.
Yeah, he's broken it.
I've broken it. I may or may not ever upload this video, but yeah. All right. I'm not live streaming.
It's all good.
It's all good. All right. Well, I'm actually.
That's yours.
Are you sure? Okay. Cool. Yeah.
So this was Teikoku,
Okay. So
and this is Surugabe.
that's right.
Right. Okay.
So let's start with the lighter Japanese one.
yeah. So
Again,
this is Teikoku.
Teikoku means imperial in Japanese.
So as in the Japanese Empire, but the one that we have, Surugabe, this is actually the Imperial IPA. So this one is an Imperial IPA, but it's a single IPA, and we have Surugabe Imperial IPA. But yeah, we'll start with the weaker one. We'll do that, then we do Surugabe.
So what Teikoku is 6.5% alcohol. All right. Bye.
So yeah, Campana. But yeah, lovely lighter orangey amber color. Yeah, good bit of, when it came out, solid finger, kind of cream coloured heads. Aroma? That's very bready. I'm pretty sure there's German malt in this.
What would that be?
I think this is German malt. That's not
So?
That's not American malt.
It doesn't smell like an American beer IPA.
But this isn't Imperial though. This is Teikoku.
Oh, Teikoku, but
Yeah.
Teikoku actually means imperial.
It does, but isn't. Yeah. But see, this is the confusing thing. It's not an Imperial IPA. but
It's Japanese imperial. Yes.
But I can tell you that's German malt.
All right.
That's the breadiness, the graininess.
It's very bready.
Yeah.
Bready, yes.
So there's a lot of like brown bread crust to this beer.
It smells like kokutopan. Sorry. any Japanese speakers in the audience.
Yes.
Kokusopan is like brown sugar bread. It kind of has that smell.
Yep. Just so you know, Jamie, we are in Japan. He lives in upstate New York.
Oh, really?
He's married to a Finnish woman, and he lived in Finland. He found my channel like years ago, and now he lives in New York. So,
All right.
But yeah, so Jamie, yeah, we're in Japan. But yeah, definitely German malt. Brown bread crust, wholemeal brown bread, bit of white bread, quite woody again.
It is woody, yes.
So probably some of the malt in this is the same malt that was in the your Numazu lager.
That's a good guess, yeah.
But potentially, might be something with house yeast strains. I don't know.
Whatever was in the Numazu lager is definitely in this too. 100%.
So this one is not too caramelly an IPA. Arigato. It's not. I mean, this one isn't. In terms of IPAs, this isn't too caramelly. This is more bready, for sure. Bit of biscuit, McVitie's digestive biscuit.
Biscuit, all right. Yeah.
Do you see cookie in Canada?
We do. Now, Canada is like really. It's kind of you could say exactly between the UK and American cultural situation. So we have cookies and biscuits. Now, for Americans, a biscuit is something totally different. A biscuit is something you eat with gravy. A Southern American thing. In Canada, a biscuit is like a cookie, but a bit maybe lighter.
Yeah. But this beer doesn't have a lot of brown sugar to it. And the other thing as well is the green component for me is it's a little bit earthy and a little bit grassy. I don't find this overly fruity.
No, I'm not
either.
getting anything fruity from this.
I mean, it's got a little touch of orange, it's got a little bit of sultana and a bit of pear, but it's not really an overly fruity IPA, this one, I don't think.
I'm not getting much fruit.
Yeah. I think we should just taste this.
I think I need to taste it. Yeah.
Slanja.
All right. Slanja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kampai. Yeah.
Kampai.
This is quite classy, drinking beer to jazz music.
It is.
It is.
This is nice. Yeah. I like it.
Well, what are we getting? Rest in peace, Julia's saying, rest in peace. I think that was when you were fucking around with your camera. Yeah. How is it pronounced? Taikoku. Teikoku. E instead of A, Julia. Teikoku.
Teikoku means yeah.
Teikoku.
For example, the Roman Empire, we would say Roma Teikoku in Japanese.
Yeah. But this is.
I like it.
You get more sweetness out of this in the flavour than you do in the aroma, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So again, this beer, sort of bread crusty backbone, a little bit of woodiness, absolutely.
Definitely. Again, whatever was in the Numazu IPA is in this too. Sorry, Numazu lager was in this too.
Yeah. So wholemeal. So yeah, bread crust, wood, wholemeal brown bread, a little bit of white bread. There's definitely in the dead center of your palate a touch of sweet caramel.
Yeah, really. One more time. Ah.
So you get a bit of sweet caramel out of this.
Just a bit, and it fades away.
There's a little touch of kind of butterscotchy, butter candy type stuff.
I'm getting that a little, yeah.
Yeah. Biscuit, McVitie's digestive biscuit. Cookie, as you might say.
Sure.
And then the hoppy side of things, back onto the palate, a little bit of earthiness.
What hops would you say they're using? I can't get it.
This beer isn't. Maybe a little bit of Amarillo, maybe a bit of Simcoe.
Simcoe. Amarillo is what I use when I'm.
See, it has quite an orangey type.
Yeah.
And it's that more oily, zesty orange, which makes me say Amarillo.
Okay. Yeah, I use Amarillo. It's one of the ones I can get easily in Japan.
So yeah, The hoppy side for me is a bit earthy, a bit herbal. As you move forward, it's a bit more floral. You've got a bit of zestiness around the front curve of your tongue too. And then the fruity side for me, it's got a bit of an oily passion fruit, and it's a bit orangey. This is quite a note. You can tell from this beer, it's definitely more old school, which makes me want to say Simcoe and Amarillo. Could be Citra, but
Really?
I want to say more. I'm tempted to say Simcoe and Amarillo.
I would, I would say maybe not Citra.
Yeah.
The fact that my phone just cut out probably means that I don't have any more space.
Oh, okay.
I'm no longer recording. That's all right.
That'll be on the live stream anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call this like if I drank this, I don't think I would say it was an Imperial IPA. I mean,
I mean it's 6.5%. There's no way this is Imperial. It's actually, this is interesting because for me, with the breadiness and graininess it has, it's actually got a bit of English IPA character.
okay.
But the fruitiness and the sweetness is more American, but the graininess is more English.
Interesting.
So it actually strikes a bit of a balance between the original and the kind of new styles.
I quite like it. It's not maybe what I imagined because again, I'm thinking Teikoku Imperial, but it's not what Imperial IPAs generally taste like.
I mean, 6.5% is a normal single IPA strength, be
True.
it West Coast or New England.
I'm really curious what exactly is that woody thing going on. I want to know what that is.
It could be they've got a house yeast strain, and it's kind of
Oh,
evolved in a certain
maybe
way.
that's it.
I think that probably is. That probably is most likely what it is because we're noticing this in a couple of the beers now.
Yeah. No, there's something going on here that I've tasted it before, but I think. Oh, interesting point. Japan is not very good for growing hops. I'll tell you that right now. Japan, even in Hokkaido, Hokkaido is the northern region of Japan. Summer is really hot in Japan, and it pretty much destroys hops.
Yeah.
It's really, really, really hard to keep hops healthy in Japan. There are a few regions that do it, but every once in a while you get a particularly hot day, and it's very labor intensive. You have to go in, you have to keep you spraying water on it, all these kind of things. You can't just kind of have a crop of hops and it's going to be healthy in Japan. But what we do well in Japan is yeast. There are so many strains of yeast in Japan. And a lot of the Japanese breweries now are realizing that they have, they have a lot. They come up with their original strains of yeast.
Yeah.
Where I'm from, Isekariya, they have, the owner, Suzuki-san, the owner of Isekariya, he has I think he has a master's degree in yeast.
Biochem, they'll have bioengineering.
Whatever that is. But we're relating to you the yeast cultivation. Japan is a climate that is really, really good for growing yeast. There are so many strains of yeast here. Like a brewery in Japan, a lot of the Japanese breweries are now cultivating their original yeast strains. It's quite common.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing as well, is the brewing school in Japan, I think, is in Hiroshima.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds right. Sounds right.
And it's Hiroshima, I should say.
Yes, Hiroshima. We say Hiroshima, yes.
Yeah. Because that's where a lot of the sake brewers train. And quite often, there are a number. I mean, if you think of Shiga Kogen, Tamura Honten.
Yes, yeah.
They're very good.
I'm a big fan. Big
fan of them.
Me too. Yes.
They sake brewers who tried beer.
Exactly.
Beer.
Yeah.
But no, they are. As you say, yeast is a big thing here. There's quite a lot of very good biologists in Japan. We're talking about hop growing. A brewery of interest on that point is it
Uchu Brewing.
Uchu, that's it. Yeah.
The owner of the guy who started Uchu Brewing
lived in California and was a farmer. Yeah.
This guy. Uchu Brewing story. The Uchu Brewing story is quite interesting. He was like he's not your typical Japanese guy. You know, he basically. I'm sorry, I don't want to offend anyone, but he didn't fit into Japanese culture all that well. I think I heard an interview with him one time. He went to the U.S. Yeah, he was in California for a while, and what he took out of that experience was like, holy shit, there's something going on here with craft beer, and it moved him emotionally. That range of craft beer, and he when he came back to Japan, he said, I want to start my own brewery.
Yeah.
And he just was, him and his wife, basically together, they just went put 100% effort into it, and they started their own brewery, very successful, Uchu Brewing.
Those guys, trust me on this, guys, they are good. They are good.
It's considered to be almost like people are kind of amazed by them. These guys came out straight
into the New England hazy category.
Like they came from nothing to producing really, really good beer. Like,
and they grow their own hops and stuff as well. That's the thing, because they're farmers by trade.
They're farmers.
Yeah.
Basically, they have a mission. They really want to cultivate hops in Japan. They want to create beer that is produced mainly by locally grown ingredients. In Japan, almost all of the brewing ingredients are imported.
Yeah, and I think going back to Shigakogen, Tamamura Honten, they were the first ones to cultivate their own hops in Japan. The Shinzo Wazi.
Didn't know that. That was them.
Yeah, that was Shinzo Wazi was them. But of course, you had Soriachi Ace, but that's not really grown in Japan anymore. So
originally, it was from Japan, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, because it had this very distinct lemony flavor. But yeah, Shinzo Wazi. I forget which beer it is that Shigakogen did.
I'm not sure.
But yeah, I mean, there's essentially, we're maybe rambling a little bit at this stage because we've had a few beers, but
we had a few beers before we came here. That was the problem.
But it's still fun anyway.
It's a lot of fun.
It's still fun.
I apologize if we're a bit incoherent, but this is the important cultural information.
Yeah.
So the point is, I think if we wrap it up, hop cultivation in Japan is really new. Japan isn't the ideal climate to grow hops. You can do it. And there are certain areas of Japan that are actually fairly decent for hop cultivation, like Yamanashi Prefecture, for example, Hokkaido. There's a few places where it doesn't get too hot in the summer. It's high elevation. Sorry. You can grow hops in Japan, but it's difficult. It takes effort. So there's a lot of effort going on right now to cultivate decent hops in Japan. Yeast, on the other hand, is not an issue. We have thousands of strains of yeast that have not been classified yet here. So we should probably move on.
Yeah.
All right.
We need to talk about the fruity flavors in this beer.
All right.
Orange for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm pretty certain there's Amarillo in here.
The only thing I'm getting is orange, to be honest.
I think Amarillo and maybe a bit of Simcoe.
I mean, sorry,
It's old school. It's old. This is old school.
Yeah. As far as fruit, I'm not getting much except orange, personally.
Yeah, no, this is an old school West. Stylistically West Coast.
Simcoe and Amarillo, would you say? Amarillo, would say?
Yeah, Amarillo? I think so. Yeah.
Simcoe and Amarillo.
Yeah, Simcoe Amarillo, bit of passion fruit, could be a bit of Cascade in here as well. In fairness,
could be
because it's got a little bit of that sort of sultana and figgy note to it. But yeah, a bit of oily passion fruit, bit of sort of slightly zesty orange. Honestly, I think Cascade, Simcoe, Amarillo.
I wouldn't argue with that. Orange peel.
Yeah, well, that's Amarillo.
Orange peel.
Amarillo.
Orange peel. That's the main thing I'm getting from this.
Yeah. Okay. So now we move on to the actual Imperial IPA.
All right.
The 8.5% of Suruga Bay. Yeah. So, Suruga Bay is a landmark in Shizuoka, Numazu.
I'm not 100% sure. I lived in Numazu, but I think Suruga. I know Suruga 1. Numazu.
沼津。
沼津の
一番大きい静岡のすぐのは。
あれね、
そう
わかりました。
そうそう
わかりました。Okay, thank you, thank you. ありがとう。
So guys, as you can see, Jordan's Japanese is a lot more developed than mine is.
I've lived here for 20 years. I'm not perfect, but I can communicate.
I can survive. That's it.
That's really enough. So yeah, Suruga Bay is the Izu Peninsula. Look at the map. Numazu, where I originally lived in Japan, the bay is Suruga Bay. So this is so basically a lot of the naming of the Baird Brewing beers are based on their original place where they were, which was Numazu. So this is the bay, Numazu side of Izu Bay, Suruga Bay.
Yeah. So, well, color-wise first. This is actually lighter in its color, I think, than the.
I wish I could have them side by side now. I can't remember, but sure, yeah, that sounds right.
This is definitely a little bit more yellow than the.
I think so.
Takeoku. So I mean, probably the other one has a little bit of crystal malt in it. You know, Americans tend to use the two-row malts, whereas Germany uses the crystal. But this is definitely lighter in its colors. But yeah, you can see lovely kind of golden colored IPA. This one filtered, of course. When it came out, it had a bit of finger of a frothy cream colored head. Yeah, you guys can see the appearance of this.
Yeah,
one. I'm pretty sure we've reviewed this beer on the channel, but yeah.
The aroma is completely different.
Yeah.
The profile, like, this is so much sweeter and fruitier.
Yeah, this is, I mean, backbone of the beer for me. Brown bread crust, wholemeal brown bread once again, white bread for sure, but then a far more distinct caramel note. Definitely a very distinct bright caramel. McVitie's digestive biscuit, absolutely. Not as woody, definitely not as woody.
It's not as woody.
No.
Whatever that woody component was, which I still haven't quite figured out yet, this doesn't have it.
It's very fragrant and biscuity and caramelly, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, this is... I mean, first impression, this smells really delicious.
Well, we've got a few more comments. I've just seen Jula is saying thanks again. How long you plan to be in Japan? I'm here until the 12th, but I will probably be back here in March or April.
I hope so.
I think so. I think we do that because
yeah,
we need to do that. Time for me to go to work. Thanks, guys, for the live, and thanks for advice around Japan. Jula, as I said to you, write to me, and we will. I can figure stuff out for you. I can put you in touch with Jordan. Jordan's been here 20 years. He knows the shit.
I know my shit.
We'll sort you out in terms of tips for Japan and things.
Yeah.
If it's possible to meet up, I'm sure Jordan would do that.
Yeah. Cool.
I'll set you with some of my friends over here. We can do that.
This isn't the person going to Hokkaido, is it? Because I'm not going to Hokkaido.
Jula, we'll figure. Jula's the one who comments on every video. He seems he loves stuff, but Jula,
all right.
If he goes to Mount Fuji, I'm sure you can meet up with him. We'll see.
That's possible.
We'll see. This guy here, Beer Geek Holland. This is Remy. Remy is like the OG Dutch beer tuber.
Okay.
So Remy, there's 4 guys who are known as the Dutch Beer Collective. Remy is the one who started first.
Okay.
Remy's a very nice guy. I need to meet him in person, but Remy's great. I love Remy. I've been on a few live streams and things with him.
Cool.
He and I need to go down to the Netherlands again and do a festival, but it's cool that Remy checked in. I love Remy. Very, very nice. Very nice guy. The Dutch people are very chill and really easygoing. So I really, the Dutch guys, they have a thing, Dutch Beer Collective. I'm kind of like an honorary member of that, if that makes sense.
I think I could. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I could live in the Netherlands. I'm pretty sure.
Netherlands. I say Dutch. I'm trying to call a country Dutch. But the Dutch people are lovely, very chill. Probably out of the 4 guys, I mean, it's Thomas, Douglas, Herbin, and Remy. Remy's the OG. Then the other three, Douglas is the newest one, and then Herbin and Thomas came a little bit in the middle of the two. Thomas I'm probably closest with, but all the Dutch guys are very, very nice. But Remy's a great guy. I mean, you see here, he's saying, "Thanks, James, you're my hero." The funny thing, Remy understands a hell of a lot of English, but he doesn't speak so much. Remy understands pretty much anything you say, but he just doesn't speak.
I have a lot of Japanese friends like that too.
Remy and I need to organise with the Dutch beer guys. Remy, I apologise. There's a few beers in the mix now.
Yes, a few.
Remy, I really want to meet Remy in person, because probably if Remy spoke Dutch to me, I'd probably understand because of Swedish and German. I probably wouldn't understand if he speaks to me. But I would love to do. There's a brewery from the Netherlands called Jopen. Jopen. Jopen.
Oh yeah.
And I forget what city it is, but they're one of the really old school ones. I really want to go to Jopen Kirche with Remy. I remember Remy. Is it Alkmaar? Alkmaar. You're from there. Darn it. I'm pretty sure Remy is a fan of AZ Alkmaar, which is one of the big. There's AZ Alkmaar, Utrecht, and Feyenoord and stuff like this. Jopen is from Haarlem is right next to Amsterdam. But Remy is. I'm sure Remy is a huge fan of AZ Alkmaar.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm getting excited because there's a few beers in the mix, but I love Remy. Remy's great.
I want to go there too.
Yeah, we need to go to the Netherlands.
I would love to go to the Netherlands. The Netherlands is definitely on my list.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I'm right. He is from Alkmaar.
Oh,
Yeah, he's out Alkmaar. More. Do they have Moorsloitel over here? Have you heard of this brewery?
No, I don't think we can get it.
If you see Moorsloitel, engine, what is it? Is it motor oil, engine oil? They've got an Imperial Stout. That brewery that Remy mentioned there, Moorsloitel.
Okay.
Imperial Stouts.
Okay. I see the name. Yes. Moorsloitel.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Yeah. I would love to go there.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, no, Remy's. I love Remy. It's great. We should finish. We need to get started on this.
I know,
Yeah.
dude. Are you okay for time?
Oh, it's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, yes.
I don't want you to get in trouble. Okay.
Just accept it.
Yes. It smells so fucking delicious.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's because I'm already a little bit drunk, but this smells so good.
Fruity wise.
Oh, sorry.
Bit of mango, bit of passion fruit.
Wait a
Bit
second.
of orange.
We're getting back into the
This is Citra Mosaic, Citra Amarillo.
I have to say, I'm a little bit biased in favor of the Citra sort of beers.
This is definitely Citra Mosaic.
Oh my god.
Citra Amarillo.
I love the aroma of this.
Yeah, beautiful beer. Let's go for it.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
8.5?
Yeah.
By the time we finish this, I don't know if we can have another beer.
We're having a Scotch ale.
Okay, the only I can't. There was one beer between this and the Scotch ale, wasn't there?
No, the darker one. The Scotch ale is brown sugar.
No.
So we either go to the porter or the stout after.
All right, because when I'm finished this, I'm going to be quite
Intoxicated.
Yes.
Fuck it.
Which is okay for me. I don't have to be anywhere anytime soon, so yeah.
I'll be all right. I'll get some chicken on the way home.
Come by.
Now, for me, this is I think Remy's going off to work probably. Now, Remy, thanks for tuning in. Awesome to have you along. I love Remy. He's great.
I got that, yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, this one for me, quite a bright double IPA. Backbone of the beer, fresh white bread crusts, touch of
White,
wholemeal
yeah,
brown
white,
bread,
white.
white bread for
It's
sure,
more white.
sweet caramel in the middle of the tongue, quite a biscuity.
Okay, yeah,
Double
biscuit,
IPA.
yeah. Okay.
I mean, in terms of West Coast IPAs, for me, they can either be very oily and caramelly, or they can be quite bright, bready, and biscuity.
Okay.
This is one of the more bright, bready, biscuity ones.
Biscuit side, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm getting a lot of that out of this beer. Hoppy side of things, little touch of earthiness on the back corners of the palate. As you come further forward, a little bit more herbal, and as you reach the front corners of the tongue,
What is it?
more floral.
Definitely floral, yeah.
Mhm.
It's definitely the most floral beer we've had so far.
But see, it's actually got quite a bit of grassy, zesty character to it as well.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, this is quite floral, but at the same time quite grassy and zesty. But it's quite an old school. I mean, you can see from the colour of this thing, this is a West Coast IPA. By no means is this a New England hazy.
Yeah. West Coast,
And this is an interesting point about Baird Beer. I've never seen them do a New England hazy. Have you?
I haven't.
Yeah.
Wait. Is there anything that could be?
I don't think so.
I'm looking at the. They don't really do like trendy beers, maybe.
They're more old school, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I don't think I've ever had a New England hazy.
I've
from these
never had
guys.
anything hazy from these guys.
Yeah. Yeah, this is really nice, though.
It
I have to
is.
say. But the green component, more floral leaning, bit earthy, bit herbal, and we've also got a wee touch of a kind of mango.
Yeah, I got some mango.
There's a bit of mango. There's
I
a bit
got
of
mango.
passion fruit.
Yep. That's right. It's interesting. It has the hazy IPAs usually have those notes too.
Oh, look. Hot Girl was free. Hot Girl was here.
I will definitely click on that later.
I'm sure.
Don't worry.
We'll click on that later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to click on that shit. Fuck off. Yeah.
On my train ride home, my drunk train ride home, I'm definitely gonna click on the hot girls here.
Yeah.
You're gonna get some business, man. That was a good choice to spam your shit here.
Oh dear. That's quite funny.
Always though, right? Always
Happens at least once in the stream. You just have to make fun of it. But yeah.
I like it.
But I think after this, maybe a couple of malty beers.
Yeah.
You need to you like porters and you like
I do.
stouts.
I tend to go toward porters and stouts. Yes, that's true. I like IPAs, but as you said, the last 5 years have been everything IPA, and I do really like IPAs. I still like them, but for me, like after getting a little burned out from IPAs, for me, I go back to stouts or porters.
Yeah,
I think like a pale ale or a porter is usually my fallback beer.
Yeah.
But what do you think? Something in the dark, kind of light dark range?
I think we get a bottle of the Scotch ale.
I think probably that's all we can do at this point.
I think we should get a bottle of the Scotch ale, and if we feel like it's something,
Let's see. But let's do the Scotch ale first, because for you that's important. So let's do
Scotch ale. We'll get a Scotch ale.
Right. And I'm going to use the facilities while you're showing that. Scotch ale.
Futatsu Urasu. So guys, very exciting. Not often we get to review Scotch ales on the channel, to review a Japanese one. It's pretty cool. I honestly can't remember if I've tried this beer before, but I'll look it up before we leave here. Maybe I'll take a bottle home. You'll see. So yeah, this will be coming very soon. Yeah, I really need to check. I honestly cannot remember if I've tried this beer or not, which is quite unusual for me. But yeah, I'm sure after 3,600 reviews, you can maybe forgive me for forgetting something. It just happens. So yeah, it's all good. But definitely quite cool to film a few Japanese tastings for you here on a live stream. Yeah, I like it. I definitely like it. So, we've got 3 people watching just now. Let me just have a little look here and see what's going on. All good for some Scotch ale?
Yes.
Here we go.
However, we haven't finished.
We need to finish our
Yes.
double IPA.
Imperial.
Fruity side. So we said passion fruit, mango, orange.
Yep. Yes. Quite like it. Again, the compared with the Teikoku IPA, which is
You can feel the booziness in this thing for sure.
this is definitely boozier. I guess if I have to choose, this is overall this would be my choice. If I was only doing one, I would do this. This is quite a good.
You know, it's a bit of a punch thing. I
Yeah,
forget
it's a
what
bit
they had an imperial stout before. I forget the name of it now.
punch.
Let me have a little look actually, because I can bring up my reviews and we can see.
So
Oh,
ページにも載ってるけど、
あ、やばいやばい。あ、ありがとうございます。
全部こう
お
やって英語でチェックしてる。
あ、すごい。ありがとう、ヘルプ。ヘルプをありがとうございますね。I'm forgetting my Japanese grammar, guys. So, this one, the next beer we're going to do, Yabai Yabai, strong Scotch ale. This one is 8% ABV. I will point out this is not the strongest Scotch ale I've come across. We'll talk about the Scotch ale as a style in a second. But it says on the side here, so tradition is a sacred thing to us. Nothing is more traditional in brewing than old-fashioned floor malted barley. Very few maltsters floor malt anymore because it's a tedious labour intensity. At Baird, we exclusively use floor malt barley as our base malts, Maris Otter and Pilsner.
Really?
That makes sense because of the bready grainy thing we're
Oh, right, yes.
Maris
yes.
Otter has this very brown bready but biscuity note to it.
Ah,
So that
that's
makes
what's
sense.
happening. Yeah.
So our friends at Chris Malt do a great job, and with real tender loving care, this label depicts maltster laboriously raking his germinating floor malted barley. The Japanese kanji for tradition is depicted in the name facing. Where's the? Oh yeah. So the kanji's here. This one.
Where?
I don't know if you can see it so well in the video. Can you read these?
Which one?
These two here?
So where are we looking?
Right there.
I'm drunk enough that tradition, dento. Tradition means dento in Japanese.
Okay. And Brian has said, Brian Baird, 1 pint and the bite will be taken out of the evening autumn chill. 2 pints you'll be experiencing a blissfully warming sensation throughout your body. 3 pints, yabai.
Okay, yabai is an interesting one. You know, the name is yabai. Yabai means like It's really hard to translate into English. Yabai yabai is a very Japanese thing. Yabai yabai. 英語でなんて言うね。
なんかめっちゃかっこいいけど、なんか
こいいけどね
なんかやばいが悪い。
危険ね。危険みたいな感じ
でもなんかすごいそれいいねみたいな。
あ
スラーノです。
あ。Okay, okay, わかりました。Yabai is a very interesting Japanese word. Yabai means like it could be like dangerous, but it also means like cool or good or something like that. So yeah, depending on the context. Yabai yabai is the name of this beer. It means like oh shit.
Ah, okay.
Oh
Well,
shit.
it tells us a little bit about the malt here. So it says the malty grains in this one: floor malted maris otter, amber, caramel, and chocolate malts, roasted barley. It's got Japanese corizato, rock candy sugar in this one, various varieties of whole flower hops, and a house Scottish yeast strain.
Really? Scottish yeast strain. Okay.
This should be cool.
Yeah.
I'll give her a phone back because I feel bad. The bar people here have been awesome, by the way.
Yes.
We're probably drunk as fuck at this point.
I'm pretty drunk.
Yes. But yeah, as I
Oh,
say,
man.
Yabai Yabai Scotch Ale. As I've explained to you in many videos before, when it comes to the Scotch Ale comes on a scale.
I don't know what this is.
So Scotch Ale was ranked on what is known as the shilling scale. So you can have from 30 shilling all the way up to 90 shilling. 30, 40, 50, 40, I can't even count now. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 shilling.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Well, the shilling was a thing that came into the pound sterling
Yes.
before it was decimalised.
Yes.
So
Right.
when it comes to the shilling scale, essentially the idea is the more malt you had in the beer, the more alcohol it had, and thus the more tax you had to pay on it. So 30
okay,
shilling
okay.
up to 90 shilling, more malt, more alcohol, thus more tax. But you also have a 60 shilling. At 8% ABV, you're talking probably 80 or 90 shilling Scotch Ale.
Whoa. What percent?
This is 8%.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm already way past where I should probably be right now.
This is 8%. It's not a lot for a Scotch Ale.
Okay, what is a typical Scotch ale?
I've had quite a few in Scotland. Probably the best Scotch ales. You've got some of the more traditional ones. The 80 shilling from Williams Brothers is
Okay.
7 point something. You have.
Okay.
What else have you got? You've got Old Jock, which is 6.7.
Okay.
And then if you go to
Okay.
the more American style breweries,
Yeah.
Tempest Old Parochial is about 9.
9.
Yeah. So 8% for a Scotch ale is not that unusual.
Okay.
So yeah, Yabai Yabai, strong Scotch ale. I think we should have a little.
By
look
the
at
way,
this beer.
yabai can mean dangerous,
Yeah,
or it can mean cool, depending on how you use it.
yeah,
For me, at this point, it's oh shit, this is dangerous. Is what it actually means.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
So
Right, anyway.
anyway, guys, when we poured this beer out of the bottle, half finger of a frothy kind of ivory coloured head, colour wise rich mahogany chestnut
Yeah.
note for sure. Not much in the way of visible carbonation. I think
True.
we should look at the aroma.
All right.
Oh, this is nice.
It's really
Right.
nice.
So guys, I'm going to say straight off, this beer, again, when it comes to the traditional beers like this, you want them to be true to style. You want them to have what you expect. This beer is very nicely done. It's you've got a mix of toasty, well-fired bread crust in there. You've got a bit of rye bread. You've got some wholemeal bread. Rye bread, absolutely.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. There's definitely some woody and nutty notes in there.
A little. Yeah. It's not the same woody as the Numazu Lager woody,
Tobacco.
but tobacco. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely some tobacco notes in there.
Yeah.
Then fresh wholemeal brown bread, some white bread. What do you think in terms of brown sugar?
Just a minute. What is that? We're getting like molasses. Like
Molasses, yeah. So for me, it has a bit of that more oily, caramelized brown
Yes.
sugar. So maybe a slightly longer wort boil in this one.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Definitely.
So a little bit of a kind of caramelized, leathery brown sugar. Molasses is probably a good shout. So yeah, molasses, brown sugar. Yeah, molasses, toasty brown sugar, a bit leathery.
Yeah.
Biscuit,
Okay.
McVitie's digestive, and that's all on top of that kind of rye bready sort of thing we talked about earlier. On the hoppy side of things,
I can't.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if this is not Northern Brewer. Northern Brewer is
I don't know
German.
what it is.
Bramling's Cross. So Bramling's Cross is a very popular hop when it comes to English barley wines. Gives you a little bit of earthiness, a bit of herbal character, some kind of blackcurrant, blackberry, and also a bit of figgy character. I would not be surprised if there's a bit of English.
I'm getting that.
Bramling's Cross, yeah.
By the way, we can't actually get that in Japan.
Bramling's Cross.
From a home brewer's point of view, I mean, I'll just say that it is illegal to do home brewing in Japan, but a lot of people do. So I can't say whether or not I do home brewing in Japan because it would put me in a complicated legal situation. But the sources for home brewing materials, that's not one of them.
Bramling's Cross, you can't get that.
I don't think we can get it. We can get. I don't think we can get it. It's quite limited what we can actually get here.
It's quite interesting though. I think with this beer though, we
taste
should
a bit. Yeah,
I'm tasting it.
It's really hard for me not to taste it.
Lovely fruitiness though. Dry. It's got quite a dry fruity character. Fig.
Yeah, I'm getting fig.
Fig.
And I'm getting molasses. I can't help getting molasses.
There's a bit of fig. There's a bit of blackcurrant, blackberry. A lot of dry fruit out of this one.
It's like you said brown sugar before, but brown sugar.
Oh, absolutely brown sugar. Scotch ale. I mean, look.
It's definitely brown sugar, but it's more of it's a burnt brown sugar kind of thing.
I mean,
like,
you can feel the density.
Yeah. I know, right?
I think we should taste this.
Oh, actually, you should. All right, man.
Yabai. Scotch ale.
Yabai yo. I like it.
Scotch ale, you can't go wrong.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's very nice.
I love it. Okay. Yeah. I do have to say, though, from a beer review point of view, as you progress through several beers you're reviewing, your level of intoxication will inevitably make you less critical of what the beers you're reviewing. For me, this is really quite tasty, but I'm not sure whether that is because I'm already drunk or because
I think as a Scotch ale, I've got a good, obviously, inherently, I have a good taste for this.
Yeah,
style of beer.
I would hope so.
So would I. Yeah. I have to say, as a Scotch ale, I think this is pretty damn solid.
Yeah, I
It's,
mean, it's pretty tasty. Yeah.
I mean, the difference for me between the Scottish brewed Scotch ale and the American brewed Scotch ale would be the level of sweetness, the level of fruitiness, and so on. This beer kind of finds a good middle ground. It shows you like a good little bit of the dryness and things.
Yeah, I'm getting that. Yes,
And
getting
roastiness you expect
Yep.
of a Scottish brewed Scotch ale. But it also shows you enough of the sweet side and the fruity side of the American one. This really finds a good middle ground. And you can tell from this beer, the brown sugars are very leathery. So it shows you it's had a good long boil, this one. And you can tell from the colour as well. I mean, look at that. It's got this kind of chestnutty mahogany type thing to it. This is very nice. I really need some chicken or some gyoza at this point, but that's it.
Well, on the way back to the station, in about 10 minutes, because we have to get going, don't we?
I think we can have one of the dark beers. You need to choose what you want.
I don't want to get you in trouble.
I'm not going to be.
It's 4:00.
Right. Well, you need to decide whether you want.
No,
a porter or a
seriously.
stout.
What time do you have to be?
We'll have a porter or a stout, and then we're going.
Are you really okay? I don't want to get you in trouble.
Yes, exactly. Porter or a stout, you choose.
Porter.
Oh yeah. Gordon loves porters.
That's
So we'll
my
do
favorite style.
Right. So once we finish these, we'll get 2
Right.
small porters, and that'll be us.
I can't complain. I don't have to pick anyone up at anywhere soon.
It's
So-
fine. It's fine.
All right.
Really?
Are you
yeah.
really okay?
So we'll do a porter. We need to do something black, and then we'll finish.
Yes, I agree.
But yeah, let's describe the flavour of this beer a little bit more succinctly. So yeah, middle of your palate, lovely kind of well-fired bread crusty note. On top of that, some more brown rye bready type character. Toward the front of that middle third of your palate, more woody, slightly nutty notes. A little bit of white bread on top. Then you've got the brown sugars. Now you can tell from this beer, because of the leatheriness of the brown sugar, it's definitely got a longer wort boil to it, more than 90 minutes, probably about 4 or 5 hours, maybe even 6.
Really?
something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you know when you get the leathery note out of the brown sugars, that tells you it's a long wort boil.
So in my own home brewing experience, I've never gone that low. But maybe I should. I should do a
You
little
can do long wort boils for sure. But
I've never gone more than about an hour.
in the dead centre of your palate, though, sweet caramel, a little bit of Werther's Original. Then as you move out toward the edges of your palate, more of a Werther's, more of a kind of leathery, brown sugary type note out of the beer. So yeah, I quite like how this goes together.
I like it,
Say, the further you go into the aftertaste with this beer, it's definitely more a sort of, you get a bit more nuttiness and woodiness out of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The hoppy side of things, back corners of the palate, earthy,
Yes.
herbal as you move forward. As you reach the front corners of the tongue, more floral and aromatic. Around the front curve of the tongue, it's a little bit lighter and a little bit more kind of grassy. Touch zesty on the front curve of your tongue.
Okay.
But then
Okay.
front third of your palate, absolutely. There's a little bit more. Fruity note to this one. The fruity notes in this beer are quite authentic to the Scottish brewed Scotch ale, because you've got that dry sultana note, you've got the dry figgy character, but you also have a bit of a datey note to it as well. Dates.
Dates.
Yeah, you've got that in here.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, on that front third of your palate, absolutely a bit of raisin sharpness, a little bit of a datey, pruny sort of thing.
Yes. Okay.
And underneath that, a bit of sultana. As you move further forward, a little touch figgy, a little bit black currant, and then maybe a wee touch of blackberry on top of it as well.
I get blackberry too.
I think this is nice. I have to say, in terms of authenticity, this is a very nice Scotch ale. 90 shilling Scotch ale for sure. I really can't remember if this is the first time I've tried this beer. I might have to, I'll check after we finish the live stream, but I might need to get a bottle of this to take away with me.
You maybe should, yeah.
So
I have had this before. Yeah.
but this is I have to say, this is a very nice, authentic Scotch ale, quite close to a 90 shilling. Not as heavy as some of the 160 shillings, such as the one you'll find from Tracker House Brewery, but very well done. So thumbs up to Bear Brewing for this Baird beer. Yeah, very happy with that. I think I need to go for a pee and
Okay.
get something dark to round off.
All right.
Yes, definitely.
And you have to leave soon, don't you?
I think if we get you want the porter.
I would, really, I wouldn't complain either way. Okay, wait, just a minute. Silky, smooth, bitter, sweet.
You like porters? Let's go for the porter.
I do like porters better than. If I have to choose, I'll go
This
for porter,
size
yes.
porter. Let's
Okay,
do that.
small.
Yeah, small porters. Yeah.
Okay, that is the Kurufune Porter.
Kuruhune. Yeah, exactly. So guys, we're going to finish off with the Kurufune Porter, our last beer review here. I will be back in just a second. So Jordan can keep you entertained for the moment. I will be back in just a second.
All right.
Yes.
Well, I did not plan to drink as much as I'm drinking today. James is a little bit has a bit higher alcohol tolerance than me. I'm generally a 3 or 4 beer kind of guy, but apparently, yeah, of course James can drink more than I can usually. Any interesting comments recently made? Yeah, my my own channel, Inside Outsider in Japan. I'm basically talking about a lot of Japanese cultural things, or like what it's like living in rural Japan. But a lot of my content also connects with beer or whiskey or that kind of thing. But anyway, for about a year now, I've been chatting with James online and been thinking about getting together. And now he's in Japan, so it was a really good opportunity. Today, I was supposed to be working in my local city board of education. I'm an English teacher, and I was supposed to be making some kind of educational videos for Japanese kids learning English, but instead, I am making educational videos about beer in Japan. Yeah. So, again, for anyone who's just tuning in, James from RampantLion, and hey, arigatou gozaimasu. Okay. This is the porter from Baird Brewing in Shizuoka Prefecture in Japan. Right now, James and I are in Osaka, and we are hanging out at the Baird Brewing headquarters in Osaka. Baird Brewing, of course, is from Shizuoka, Japan, where I originally lived. My first 2 years in Japan, I lived in Numazu in Shizuoka Prefecture. And the only brew pub we had was the Numazu Fish Market Tap Room, which later became Baird Brewing. So for me, this is a really important or really significant day. So, 20 years ago when I came to Japan, I I headed into my local brew pub and chatted with the proprietor, who was so the owner of Baird Brewing, Brian, and he basically got me interested in beer in general. So I've been planning on heading to back to Shizuoka Prefecture to Shizenji, where they have their new headquarters for quite a long time now. But it's a bit far, and I've got a fairly complicated family situation now, which basically means I have to do a lot of domestic stuff, and I can't travel that much. And where I live in Mie Prefecture is not too far from Osaka, so when James from the Rampant Lion YouTuber arrived in Japan, it was a very good excuse for me to head to Osaka and drink a little beer and check out the new Baird Brewing headquarters in Kansai. And I'm rambling because I've had like 6 beers and I'm not a heavyweight drinker. But this final porter of today smells very appealing, and I'm having a hard time not drinking it. But I should probably wait till James gets back before I drink this. And I hope I'm entertaining you with my possibly incoherent drunken state. Basically, James Rampant Lion. It's one of the only brew tubers who I actually watch their content, and it's really cool that he happens to be here right now when, and especially on a day when I can actually take a day off. And we got to hang out and drink a little beer together. So,
not a little beer, quite a fair bit of beer.
Quite a fair bit of beer. I didn't finish.
You need to finish your Scotch ale before you get started on the porter. That's the rule.
This is Scotch ale. I've been rambling on trying to fill up the time while James has been taking care of some business over there. Well, I'm finishing my Scotch ale now. This is a very good Scotch ale.
Chug. There we go. Right. So
it's really good.
Now we go on. You did go for the porter?
Before we go for I haven't drank anything yet. Before we go for the porter, I'm going to read the Baird Beer philosophy.
Okay.
Because it's caught my eye right now. Baird Beer is a celebratory experience in flavor. Celebratory, yes. The brewers of Baird Beer are dedicated in crafting beer that bursts with flavor and character. The bedrock formula for the entire lineup of Baird Brew is simple: balance plus complexity equals character.
I like that.
On that note,
I think we should have a little look at our last beer of the stream.
Final beer of the stream.
So this one is Kurofune Black Bolt Porter.
And again, the cultural point here is Kurofune on the black ships were it represents from Japanese the Japanese mentality, Japanese psyche, the outside force that comes into Japan to force Japan to open up to the rest of the world. I believe it was Admiral Perry's fleet came into Japan after a few hundred years of Japan being closed to the rest of the world, and basically using the threat of military force, told Japan, open up, trade. And Japan did. So basically, the Kurofune was the scary outsiders that came in and opened up Japan, and to a positive effect. I think that's what that's what this means.
Probably, yeah.
Kurofune. We're drinking a Kurofune porter right now.
6% ABV. As you can see with this one, when it poured, solid finger, frothy, kind of ivory coloured head.
Yeah. I think so.
Dark ebony rosewood colour.
Yep.
Pretty much what you expect from the porter. I forget what their Imperial Stout's called. That was what I was thinking they might have, but still, doesn't matter. This one, lovely, roasty, toasty, well-fired brown bready character.
Absolutely.
Yeah, roasty, toasty, well-fired bread character. Some nice, like oily rye bready notes. Definitely tobacco once again. A little bit woody. Yeah, definitely a little bit woody. Definitely nutty.
Yeah, nutty. I'm getting nutty. It's woody, but it's not woody. It's whatever was in the Numazu lager. It's not there. Or it's a little bit, but
yeah. Roasty, toasty, well-fired notes. Bread crust, rye bread, oily,
yes.
nutty, woody.
I'm getting all
rye
that.
bread. Some toasty, oily, leathery brown sugar. Sweet caramel, Werther's Original, a bit of biscuit. But yeah, this is a very oily, bready sort of porter beer, this one.
I'm not sure why, but I'm getting a bit of a whiskey note to it. What is that?
I'm not sure. It's interesting beer for sure, though.
Yeah. Kurofune porter.
Yeah.
The porter that forcefully opened Japan up to the rest of the world.
Hoppy side of things, earthy, herbal, a little bit grassy. Fruity side of things, datey, peary.
Really? Okay. Yeah, okay.
And there's a little bit of a kind of candied strawberry to it as well.
Okay, I get the strawberry.
Yeah.
Again, I know I'm a bit formulaic, but molasses. Again.
Yeah, no, brown sugar.
Yeah, brown sugar. Yes,
Absolutely,
definitely.
I think we should just taste this one and
Let's
see
taste
how we
it.
go.
Cheers, man.
Kurofune porter.
All right.
This is our last beer.
Kanpai.
Absolutely, Kampai.
Nasuravi.
Yep. Lovely and smooth.
It's smooth. Japanese beers tend to be smooth.
Yeah, that's very nicely done. Lovely, smooth. Just roasty, toasty porter.
Yeah.
You know what's going to my mind just now? We should get some boar jerky.
Before we leave?
I think so.
Don't forget about your time.
Yeah, no, I think we'll be all right. We'll finish this.
What? Are you okay, really?
Yeah, it'll be okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, it'll be good. It'll be good.
I don't want you to.
I'm okay.
trouble.
It's okay. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, I have to leave soon, so.
Yeah, I think we get some boar jerky and we finish reviewing this beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm good with that. Because if I don't eat something, I'm going to be too drunk after drinking this.
Yeah,
so.
we need to eat something on the way back to the station at least.
So a little jerky will probably.
This will probably do it. So you guys, we'll do a little tasting of this beer. Jordan's going to order some jerky for us and we'll finish off.
Cultural note: in Japan, we wear masks all the fucking time in public. Japan will be wearing masks for the next year, definitely. In case anyone's wondering, which you may not be, but I don't fucking care at this point. We wore masks in Japan 5 years ago. Every time the influenza season came up again, we wore masks.
Yeah.
Japanese culture is you
Make everyone else as comfortable as possible.
exactly your own personal will or your own personal opinion is nothing in Japan. Basically, you want to make everyone else feel comfortable. This is Japanese culture. So anyway, whatever. It's nothing political about it. I'm going to go order our jerky.
Yeah. I'll do a little tasting of this beer.
You should do that.
Yes. So, guys, let's work through this one. Yeah, I'm pretty feeling it as well. So, let's do this. Yeah. So, backbone of this beer. Lovely, roasty, toasty, well-fired bread crust. On top of that, some oily rye bready notes. A few woody, nutty kind of things. That comes out into the aftertaste, of course. Above that kind of rye, brown bready base, you've got a bit of a oily, leathery, brown, sugary note to the beer. Sweet, toasty, well-fired caramel. Toasty, oily, well-fired caramel. Some sweet caramel for sure. A little bit of a more, how do we say, McVitie's digestive biscuity note to the beer. Yeah, a little bit of Werther's, in the dead center of your palate, arigato gozaimasu. A little bit of Werther's original butter candy, butter sugar. A little bit of McVitie's digestive biscuit. And yeah, I think that covers the malty side of the beer. Back corners of the palate, you've got a little touch of Werther's original butter candy, butterscotch, but at the same time, a little touch of earthiness. So that kind of build, those two flavor combinations build a bit of a bridge. As you move further forward, it gets a little bit herbal, and as you reach the front corners of your tongue, a little bit more floral and aromatic. But round the front curve of the tongue, it's a little bit more smooth and grassy, I would say. I think that's definitely a fair comparison. Yeah, I think we've covered the herbal and hoppy side of this beer quite well. But on that front third of your palate, at the back of the front third of your tongue, there's a little bit more of a kind of dry, fruity sort of thing, a bit of a datey, pruny sort of note underneath that. Yeah, a bit of a datey, pruny sort of thing. And then you also have, as you move further forward, a little bit of a figgy kind of note. As you reach the front half of that front third of your palate, a bit more sort of black currant, and on top of that, a bit of blackberry. There's also a bit of an oily pear type note to the beer as well. I like how this goes together from that perspective as well, for sure. Yeah, the way this beer goes together is pretty nice in that sense. Yeah, fruity side of this beer is quite nice oily fruity character, a little bit dry, as I say, a little bit oily, and it gives you a full kind of flavor. So yeah, goes together. Arigato gozaimasu. Oh, arigato gozaimasu. Yeah, our boar jerky just arrived, so I'm very curious to try this. We'll try that in a second, but I think the fruity side of this beer, the further you go into the aftertaste with it, it gives you that more oily, sharp, fruity side of things. It works really well. So it's a big thumbs up from me. Really quite happy with this one. I think that's everything we really need to say about the flavour of this beer. Mouthfeel wise, mid-bodied, smooth carbonation, a little bit more oily than some of the other porters we've had. But yeah, I like how it goes together. Yeah, big thumbs up for me. Let's have a little taste of this wild boar jerky and see what we have. So yeah, I like how this goes together. Absolutely. Mm. I don't know what Jordan's doing at this point. But this jerky is very nice.
YouTuber の中でビール、ビデオブロガーの方の上の方で結構有名人っていうか、
ジョルダンさんの何をしますね。
今話してます。Sorry, I'm chatting with her about various topics.
Oh, okay.
So sorry, what was I doing right now?
Yeah, no, I was just saying like you were chatting away. I was like, what are you talking about?
She was curious about your channel.
Oh, okay. No,
She's looking you up right now as we speak.
Oh, okay. No, it's good.
She wants to see if we are pretending to be YouTubers, or we actually are YouTubers, or
We need to try some boar.
yeah.
Try some boar jerky.
I am like really out of it. Holy shit. It did that. 大阪の新しいもう5年前ぐらいこれもらったけどそれ見てたよね。新しいやつ見てないよ。オッケー。でもこれこれのね。ランパンツライアンのジェームズさんね。
So guys, it seems that Jordan is explaining my channel to the locals. We'll see how this goes. I don't know how well this is going, but we'll see.
ごめん、これは一つの。これは一つ単語で。呼ばれてるといけない。あんまり飲まないから、飲むやけど、はい。これとかね、結構ね、ヨーロッパの皆さん自由に生きているから、ヨーロッパのいろんなところに行って、ビデオブログにしています。結構有名。僕は YouTube やってるけど、これ本当遊びでやってる。この人は本当に仕事でやってる。僕は、これはよしでしょ。これは、その前だよね、ジョーダン。マイケル・ジョーダンのジョーダンね。
Michael Jordan. I don't know what he's trying. What is?
ジョーダンで、ジョーダン inJapan と調べて出るかもしれないけど。
You need to come and drink your porter with me, though.
あいからちゃった。Inside outsider. Inside ってなんか。
Jordan's promoting his channel at this stage. Yeah.
違うね。Inside outsider. だから中の日本人、本当はもう20年おるから、もう自分の日本人だけど、 でも、もともと韓国人だから、アウトサイダーで、インサイド、アウトサイド、ジョーダン、インサイド、アウトサイド、アウトサイド。伊勢神宮とか、そこのに、何をやってる。なんか、外国人なんか、伊勢神宮とかの文化を活用している。で、伊勢神宮で。そう、この県ね、家県をね。とにかくビールをね。
Here's from Finland. It's 9:36 in here. Hank the Silva. Aha. Yeah. Jordan.
Yes.
Let's just finish up with this beer
Yeah.
and sign off.
僕はここはいはいお願いします。ありがとう。もうすぐ帰らないと。多分あと1ヶ月くらい日本に行って、ちょっと今ややこしい感じで、日本にもう来ない。一応スコットランド人だから、ヨーロッパにもややこしいね、もうEU があるから、いろんな国でスウェーデンとかに暮らしたりするから。
We should finish off
OK。長見るだったら、日本にまた戻ってきたいけど、ありがとうございます。
Remember our jerky one?
Okay.
Yeah. So guys, now it's time to finish off our stream. Then I need to
Yes.
go home after this. So we have our porter.
What do we have here? Boar jerky. This
Boar
is
jerky. This is your one.
wild boar.
Wild boar jerky.
Mm. Yeah, personally, I like wild boar better than beer. Better than better than deer.
Shika.
Yeah, chika, deer.
I think this was nice though.
Boar is definitely closer to pork.
A bit fattier, yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Thanks.
Quite sweet.
Yeah.
Bourbon-y. Quite a woody type meaty character. That's pretty much all fat, I think, there.
Yes.
Are you going to eat the fat?
I'm not sure. You can have it if you want.
No, I don't eat fat. There's a little bit of meat on this bit, though. Yeah. I think we need to get some chicken on the way back to the station, though.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think both of us got a bit more excited about the beer than we should have. But that's fun.
It's been a lot of fun. I drank quite a bit more than I usually would have. But it was a lot of fun.
Now, you get rid of this fat and you can get some nice meat. There's your meat.
Oh, thanks.
It's good. But I think in terms of porter, pretty solid old school porter, this one. Yeah. Quite happy with this, I have to say. Yeah. Yeah. On the fruity side of things, this porter a bit raisiny like, a little bit sort of, blackberry, black curranty-ish, pruny, dainty, figgy, black curranty, blackberry-ish. It gives you everything you want from a porter. To be honest with you, but quite a fruit. I think, in fairness, I think this is a very fruity porter compared to some of the other ones you might come across.
Yeah.
I think that's absolutely fair to say. But I think once again, as Baird Beer always do, they've done a solid job with this one. Yeah, offers you everything you want from the style for sure.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah,
Excuse me.
I think we're at that point where we're like, yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I think we can head. I think we should round off with this one then and start heading back.
I would agree.
Yes. I think we're both a bit sleepy. We're both a bit beer fatigued. This
Yes.
one was the Kurofune Porter. Nice example of the style, gives you everything you want. Bit of a fruity, quite an aromatic porter in some ways,
Yeah.
but still very nice. Yeah, I think we need to get some chicken on the way back to the station. Aim for that? Yeah, exactly. So guys, this was a nice little random stream that we did at the Baird Beer Kansai beer base in Osaka in Japan. Really nice to try some of these Baird beers on tap. We had one out of the bottle, of course, which was the Scotch Ale. I think this is a good place to stop. We're just about 2 hours in. It's been a nice stream. Big thank you to Jordan from Inside Outsider in Japan. Check out his channel. We'll put the link to the video description below. You can check. You can click on that in the tagging system as well. But yeah, thank you for joining. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Until the next time, slange out the skull. Cheers. See you soon.